In this song study, we're looking at Supersonic by Oasis. You'll find this track on Oasis' debut album, Definitely Maybe, and it's also their debut single and their first single to chart in America as well. It's released in 1994, and it's just a really fun song to play. I'm going to go through both the guitar parts, the rhythm guitar part and the lead guitar part. You'll find play-along videos for both of those underneath this video in the downloads or resource box, and you'll also find the tab as well. So let's just dive straight in and have a go at the intro. So the intro starts with an F sharp minor 11 chord, so really fancy name, but our first finger is just on the second fret on the G, third finger on the fourth fret on the A, and pinky underneath that, fourth fret on the D. And we're just going to arpeggiate this chord, so we're going A, D, G, then up to top E, E, B, G, D, A. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then after you've done just a bar, it's just one bar of that, then we go to the A sus2. Going to strum that, that's an open A string, second fret D, second fret G. Then we pick an open A string and go to a B7, which is our first finger on the D1, second finger on the A2, third finger on the G2. So we put that together nice and slow, we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. That goes around 4 times, and then we go into the verse. So next we're going to take a look at the verse. It begins with power chords. We're going to start with this F sharp 5 here, and just strum an eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, just one bar. But he does remove his first finger on the 2 and the 4 and. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We go up to the A5, 1 and 2, so 3 strums. Then we go to the B5, 1 and 2 and. Hold the 3 and 4 and. So I'll do that bar again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So put that together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And that goes around that whole line. So I've written out twice on that line, 4 times total. So we're going 8 times around that little riff. And then we go to a little blues riff. So we're doing an E5, open E5, so open E, second fret on the A. Then you're going to put your third finger on the 4th fret of the A, 1 and 2, so on the 2 and the 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and with 2 bars of that, 3 and 4, and then back to an F sharp 5 for 2 bars, straight eighth notes, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the second time it goes through, instead of the F sharp 5, we're going to do a C sharp 5. That is 4th fret on the A string, 6th fret on the D, 6th fret on the G. Now here you could also do slightly more advanced chords. This is a slightly easier one obviously. But we could do a bar chord, a C sharp 7 or C sharp dominant 7 chord. So that means our first finger is barring those 5 strings in fret 4, so the A string down to top E. Third finger is going on the D6, pinky goes underneath that on the B6. And we have that sound. We'll just do the eighth notes as well, 2 bars. Or the power chord 8th notes for 2 bars. And that then takes us into the chorus. Before we get carried away, let's try and put the whole of the verse together. So we're going to start with the power chord, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to go around this 4 times. So I'm going to halve it, just so we're not here all day. 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. That's the last time. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2. And then we go to our little blues, riff. Back to the F sharp 5, back to the blues riff, 1, 2, and then we've got the option here of the power chord or the bar chord. I'll do the bar chord, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we go into the chorus. And the chorus is just an D5 power chord now, so we are fret 5 on the A string, fret 7 on the D, fret 7 on the G, doing 1 and 2 and, so half a bar, 4 strums. Moving up to the A5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're going to slide back, first finger comes off, third and fourth are still on the same 2 strings. So now we have an open E5 but with 2 fingers down. 1 and 2 and. And it goes to the F sharp 5 on the 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So same rhythm we saw earlier. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And that's loops around. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So once it's done that 8 times, then we're going to just ring out an E chord for our whole bar. That then ties into the first 2 beats of the next bar, and then another half beat. So we're going to be on the 3 and now with another strum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and open E string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Then C sharp 5 or C sharp 7, again whichever one you want to do. And then we go back to the verse again. So this 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and. So at this point we're basically then just looping back around. So we're doing the verse just as before, go into our little blues riff just as before. Then we go into the chorus, and then it repeats the chorus all the way to the end of the song. Just around and around. In the actual album track, it fades out. So obviously you just keep going to the track finishes. So just looping that chorus. And it's as easy as that. So again, tab is underneath this video in the downloads or resources box, and you also find the playthrough track there as well. So a video that has a scrolling tab, so you can see exactly when you should be playing and what it should sound like. So you've got the demo track in the background as well. So go through the tab. As soon as you're happy with it, obviously go through the play along track. But that is the rhythm guitar part. So it's not too mean. Maybe take a little bit of a while just get, changed from obviously the chords in the intro. Power chords, you haven't done them much. It's a great one to work on them. Obviously you have to move fairly quickly along the neck. So there's a few things that might be a bit tricky, but definitely doable. Obviously any questions, let me know. But now we're going to look at the lead guitar part. Okay, so now we're going to look at the lead guitar part, and we've got a bit more of a weight for this one. So when the rhythm guitar part comes in, that main riff, that goes around 4 times. It's on that last time, the 4th and final time, that lead guitar comes in. It comes in with this 1, 2, 3 and 4 and then it goes to the verse. And all I'm doing here is A string 2nd fret, pulling it, so basically bending it, changing the pitch, and then bring it back to normal. Then we've got the open A, and then 4th fret on the D. So you've got the bend, open A, D4, and you just hold that. And we're going to hold that into the verse for a whole bar and a half. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We have this little riff, which is 7th fret on the top E string, 5th fret on the B string, 6th fret on the G string. We're just going to pick through that, let the notes ring out. That then holds, and again, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that just goes around all the way up till we get to this part again. You can just double the rhythm guitar part there, and then for the F sharp 5 as well. Then here for the C sharp, we're going to do our C sharp dominant 7, and we're going to pick it. So we're going A, D, G, B, G, D, E, B, G. Try that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Yeah, so A, D, G, B, G, D, E, B, G. A, D, G, B, G, D, E, B, G. Again, remember the tab is underneath this if you want to look at any of these little riffs, and I'm saying a bit too quick and you can't keep up. Just download the tab and obviously you can follow that way. Then at the end of that line, just going to the chorus, we have an open E string. Then we have this little riff, which goes all the way through the chorus. And that riff is a slide from 2 to 4 on the A string. I'd use my 3rd finger there. So my 1st finger can play 2nd fret on the D string. We go back to the A4, then the A2. Open A twice. Yeah, so that's the first bar. Second bar does a slide again, does 2 on the D, 4 on the A, 2 on the E. So obviously that's how it changes. So we have this. And those two bars go around 4 times. Sounds quite cool. And that's, say, just back in the chorus, we're doing the A, sorry, the D to the A, open E to the F sharp. Yeah, just looping that around. And that is the chorus. Then it goes into a little lead line. So jumping up the neck to fret 16, bending up, picking and dropping. Then 14, 16. So we have that. Then 14, then on the D string, 16, 14, 16, 14 on the G, 16, 14 back on the D. So just try and get a melody in your head. That's what we're after. Bends up again. Plus 17 on the B. Then bends up at 16, drops it and picks it, then 14. Then we got this, hammer on 14, 16, hammer on pull off, 14, 16, 14. Back to 16, 14. So we'll put that together. So you got that, and then just repeats the first bit again. And that second time round, and then ends 14th fret on the D. So you have this. It's quite quick actually. It's a little bit quicker than that. It's more that sort of speed. There we go. If I get it right. Then we hold that, 2, 3, 4. We strum our C sharp 7 or C sharp 5, again depending which one you're doing. And then we go back to our 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Background the verse basically. And the verse then goes all the way through as normal. The chorus is the same as normal. And then it comes to kind of the second chorus and the outro as well, where you got this going on again. Now, there's a couple of guitars playing at the same time here. One is playing pretty much what we did the first time, just looping it around. This other one puts in slight variations. So you've got, like I did there, after you've got the little... We've got this 16th fret bent up, pulled off, 16, 14, then just plays a 14 for the rest of the bar. And goes back to that normal riff. And that basically continues like that until then he starts doing these double stops. And the double stops where you're barring the 14th fret on the D and the G, and we're hammering on the 16th fret of the D string. So we have the 1, 2, that kind of rhythm. So with these double stops, you can just play around with this. The same with that little lick, you know, you can see there's recurring themes there, you can just play around. But we'll try and get something obviously a little bit more established than me just saying just play around. So the very first bar, we start off with the hammer on, quite quick. It's 1 E and, 1 E and 2 and it does 2 more strums. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the first bar, 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you got hammer on, strum, 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 the 2 14s. And hammer on and strum 14 again, a little bit of a gap, and one more strum and hammer on. So hammer on 14, 14, 14, hammer on 14, hammer on. Then 14, 14, hammer on, 14, then bass repeating. Then we go into single notes, so we're going 16th fret on the G string. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then he's basically repeating that round now. So strum that together so far. So if this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you just repeat that around. we basically get that. So rather than dissect it note by note, just try and get the main theme. It will sound pretty good just trying that. So there's layered guitars anyway. That'll sound pretty good. So you can see lead guitar part is not that bad. We've got that great little riff over the chorus. We've got those little verse parts, and then we have this main riff over obviously the end of the chorus and then the outro as well. So some fun little things to play around with. But there we go, there's Supersonic by Oasis. Obviously, any questions, let me know. Remember, tab is on this video along with the playthrough tracks, so give them a go. But if there's any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in another song study.